it's Sam. So today I am going to be doing a kind of like first impressions demo of the new, what are they called? Where's my box? Cover FX glitter drops, as well as the Cover FX Shimmer Veil. I just got these in yesterday. I was sent them, so thank you Cover FX for that. This is not sponsored, but they did send them to me. I'm really excited about these because they're sparkly, and you guys know that I love glitter. They sent me 4 colors of the Shimmer Veil, and they sent me 1 of the shades of the glitter drops. There's 3 shades altogether of the glitter drops. There are 6 shades altogether of the Shimmer Veil. I kind of show you guys a little bit later on what those other colors are. I will leave the price for you guys in the description box below because it is not on the little info thingamabobber that I have here. So Cover FX describes these shimmer veils as a high impact shimmer for the eyes and beyond. Crease proof, transfer proof for shimmering finish that stays all day. It may also be used on the cheeks and lips. And then the glitter drops are described as a high impact shimmer for the eyes and beyond, crease proof and transfer proof for shimmering finish that stays all day. It may also be used on cheeks and lips. Oh, so they're basically described as the exact same thing. So basically, from what I can tell, this is a little bit more of a liquidy formula. It's a little bit oilier at first when you first touch it, but then it dries out to like almost like one of those dry oils, if that makes sense. And then once it's on, like it does not go anywhere. It does not budge. These are a little bit thicker formula. They're not quite as liquidy or oily feeling. They feel like a typical cream eyeshadow. Again, once they dry, that's it. These dry a lot quicker than these do. So you have to work fairly quickly with them. Today, I'm going to be showing you this look I created. I use them on my highlight. I use them on my eyes. I also use them on my lips. So I wanted to really put them to the test and put them everywhere that they recommend to put them so that you guys can see exactly how they blend out, what they look like when they're on, and kind of like how they feel, just kind of my first thoughts. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do today. So you're going to have like a little mini tutorial as well as kind of like a first impressions. Today I'm trying out a new foundation, which you guys will probably be seeing on Friday. And it's kind of like more of a very natural kind of like glowy, not glowy, but like I'm feeling very natural, kind of like just not my full on like woo contoured, you know, like full coverage foundation. So I figured it would be a perfect time to try these because they're very glowy. I wanted to kind of just look like more like natural and kind of like mermaidy. I don't have like my super bright under eye. It's just kind of like very kind of like just soft natural skin. So I'm just feeling very glowy and fairy and mermaid like. So this is basically what the glow looks like when it's on. Isn't that pretty? I am going to turn on my ring light just for a second, just because sometimes I feel like it kind of pulls out. Is it going to show the glow a little bit better? Well, I don't know. It's up to you guys. You can see if it does or not. Maybe it does. Makes it look a little bit more glowy. I don't know. I just don't really like my ring light anymore. It blinds me, to be honest. Sometimes I just like how the actual, oh poop. My toe's not big enough to turn it off. Or it's too big. Ah, I clicked it. So now this is just me in the natural light. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and play with these, and I share my thoughts, and you guys can see how I created this look, and hopefully you guys find it helpful. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell, check to make sure that you are still subscribed, because they are, it seems to me, I don't know for sure, but it seems like they are clearing out accounts or unsubscribing people. I know it happens all the time, so just double check. You never know what YouTube is doing. Sometimes it's like, oh, because I've been unsubscribed from people, and I'm like, I did not unsubscribe to you. I know I didn't. Double check to make sure you are subscribed. Okay guys, so go ahead and keep on watching, and you can see me applying these gorgeous, sparkly little fairy-like creatures. Okay, so today I'm trying a more natural foundation, and so I figured this would be the perfect time to try out like a really glowy look. So I'm just gonna go ahead and play with these, and we are just gonna see what they look like. So I have my little beauty blender. This is the mini one. It is very damp at the moment. And we are just gonna go ahead. It says that these can be used on eyes, cheeks, and lips. So I'm just gonna try and find the right color to use as a highlight. This is Moonstone. That's definitely gonna be for the eyes. Ooh, this one will actually be really pretty as a highlight, I think. I'm just gonna see what the other colors are. I have 4 colors. They have 6 altogether in the collection. There's also that one, which is a little bit more pinky. And then we also have Amethyst, which I have a feeling is not gonna be good for my highlight. So that one's a little bit more purpley. So I think I'm going to take this color right here, which is called Celestial, and it basically just comes out in like a little wand applicator. I'm gonna put that on the back of my hand, and then I'm just gonna dip my little beauty blender into the hand and just get the product that way so that it's all nicely dispersed onto my beauty blender. And then I'm basically just gonna tap it onto the skin. This is actually really, really subtle. By doing it this way, I was afraid it was gonna look a little chunky, but it actually goes into the skin really beautifully. It's very dewy looking. I think if you wanted it to be a little bit more intense, you might want to just apply it with your finger, but I always am cautious doing it that way, especially if you have powder on underneath, because sometimes it can get a little bit like it doesn't blend out as well. You get a little kind of patchy, so that's why I like to use it with a damp beauty sponge or a mini beauty blender, whatever you like to use. This is just looking really glowy, but very subtle and very kind of like dewy, just like you're kind of glowing from within. So see how pretty that is? It really does just look very natural and very nice. I might just use my finger actually for this, just to see. And now that I have that base down, I'm just gonna take like whatever is left. It does definitely dry quickly. I feel like you have to work pretty fast with it. Otherwise it does seem to dry up quite quick. And then once it's set, it's not really going anywhere. It's like a cream shadow. Once it's dry, like that's it. You can't really do a whole lot. Now I do want to play with the glitter drops. I have it in the color Lunar, whatever you want to call it. Lunar, I say Lunar. This is described as a multicolored pastel, and it is blue. I played with this on my hand the other day, and it was so beautiful. Oh my gosh, it was so sparkly and delightful. I'm gonna try it as a highlighter because I'm just dying to know like what it looks like. So it comes out like a little dropper. Oh gosh, that was probably way too much. So that's what it looks like. So you can see like it is blue. Just want to see what happens when I blend it out with a little beauty blender on the face. We'll find out. Oh, so it's actually quite an interesting product when you use it with the beauty sponge, because it kind of clumps up on the hand as I'm like trying to blend it out. It's quite blue, so it's definitely not like an everyday like highlight that I would normally reach for. I think you'd probably be better off with the Mirage or the Aurora to use actually on the face versus on the eyes. I think this blue one is probably more so for a specific look, or if you want to just use it on the eyes, but it is giving a really pretty glow. Like it's very shimmery, like a little kind of mermaidy. Again, this does dry quite quickly, so be fast with it. Once it starts to dry, it gets all kind of like flaky and clumpy, so just keep that in mind. It's not like the cream shadow though, like it can easily be blended out though, and now I just have like this really pretty blue shimmery sheen sparkly glow on my hand. It's definitely like a very glowy kind of mermaidy look. I am going to try it on the eyes. I'm going to go ahead and do my brows, and then I'll be back and we'll do like a really fun shimmery eye look. Okay, so my eyebrows are done. I'm going to go ahead and take Celestial, and I'm going to use that as my brow bone. I'm just going to go like for a completely shimmery look. Like we're just going to go all out and just use just all of these for my eye look. I never do that, so I might as well just be super shimmery, kind of glowy goddess today, since my skin is quite kind of like natural and glowy anyway. So this is Celestial. I am just going to go ahead and take it on a E55 from Sigma, and I'm just going to use that as my brow bone highlight, and that's blending out really nicely actually. It looks really just kind of very dewy. So that's nice to know that they do blend out with a brush. They feel quite cool and wet when you apply them actually, but then they dry, like I said, they dry quite quick, so definitely work fast with them. I'm also going to take this right in the inner corner And I'm just gonna basically brush it on with the sponge and then just kind of like softly blend that out. I'm gonna go ahead and take the Shimmer Veil in Moonstone. This one is a little bit more kind of rosy. Basically just gonna plop that all over the lid. And then I'm just gonna blend that out with my finger. And I'm just doing one eye at a time because these do blend out, or sorry, these do dry so quickly that I don't want it to get stuck to where I can't really blend it out. That's actually really beautiful as a shadow. Just like if you want a really quick look and you don't want to use a bunch of shadows, this is great because you can just put it on, blend it out with your finger, and it's just a really nice kind of like subtle, kind of like a rosy gold plum in a way. It does have a bit of a, or not even a plum, it's like a mauve. Then I'm going to take an M433 from Morphe, and I am just going to go ahead and brush the tip just to kind of get a little bit more into this crease and make it a little bit more kind of smoky. So I like the fact that you can use these with your finger to blend them out, but you can also use them with a brush, and they do blend out really nicely with the brush. And you can see I'm creating like a really nice shape using this brush, but it's blended, like it's not like super duper like, you know what I mean? I'm also going to take a little bit of that one on a more flat brush. This is the Sigma E58, and I'm going to take that underneath. Okay, yeah, that's really pretty. I like that. It's just like a really soft kind of mauve-y, very shimmery look. It's beautiful on. Now I am going to go ahead and take Amethyst. I think I'm going to stick that right in the middle. This is kind of like a slightly more opal purple color. So I'm going to kind of focus majority of the color in the center, and then I am just going to blend out the edges with a brush, but I don't really want to touch anything in the center because I want that to stay like the most intense. So next I'm going to go in with that glitter drops in Lunar. Oh my god, this is so pretty. When you like look at it close in the light, the sparkles are like insane. They're like so reflective. So I'm just going to get a little bit of that. And this is honestly going to last you a lifetime because it's so big and you do not need very much. I'm just using that tiny little blue speck, and even that's probably too much. And then I'm going to go right over where I put that purple color. And I'm just going to pat that. Oh my god, this is so pretty. Right on top. So I basically just stuck that right where I put that amethyst in the center, just to kind of make it extra, like kind of light reflective and sparkly. It's really beautiful. I am going to go ahead and just take a little bit more of that Moonstone in the crease, just to kind of deepen it up a little tiny bit. I just want to add a little bit more. And then I'm also going to take just a little bit more of that Celestial in my inner corner, just because it kind of got disrupted just a little bit. It's like so glowy. I feel like a little mermaid or something. For my lips, I'm going to take MAC in Cinch, and I'm just going to apply that all over the lip. Then I'm going to take this color from IGXO Cosmetics. This is in the color Yvonne, I believe. Yeah, Yvonne. It's kind of like a nice little like mauve pink. Then we are going to go ahead and take that more pinky one. What was it? Magic. And I'm just going to use this as kind of like a little highlighter on my lips. So it says you can do it on the lips. I'm going to go over that with a gloss just so that it doesn't look so kind of like frosty cream shadowed, so I'll be right back. Okay, so for the lip gloss, I'm just taking this Clarins Instant Light Natural Lip Perfector, the color is O2. It's kind of like this really pretty peach, and it's just going to kind of take off that little edge of being so kind of frosty, like space age. I am noticing that it is quite textured on the lips. Like it kind of creates almost like you have a bunch of like crumbs on your lips. So I don't know. Yeah, because every time you go like this, it just gets all crummy. So I don't know if I would recommend using it on the lips. It says you can, but I think maybe that would be just for a look, but it's not maybe as wearable as it would just look nice. I mean, it definitely does add some like nice kind of like sheen to the lips, but it feels quite textured. So as far as the eyes go, I love the way those worked. They blended out really nicely with a brush. They blended out really nicely with my finger. If you apply them just straight from the actual little applicator sponge tip, it's really a little bit more intense and kind of more like metallic-y, like it catches the light a bit more. But they're really shimmery and sparkly, really just beautiful. That the glitter drops, oh my gosh, I love the glitter drops. I think they're beautiful. I actually definitely want to get the other two shades because I think those would be actually more suitable as far as like on the cheeks for my skin tone at least, because it's a little blue, it's a little out there. I feel a little kind of like mermaid fairy-ish, whereas I feel like the other two I could probably rock on an everyday like look, and I wouldn't feel so kind of like fantasy fairy-like. When you turn your head and then you get that pop of like really fun kind of like opal blue, it's so beautiful. And then on the eyes, it just looks so sparkly. When you go in the sun, it's really not very sunny right now, but like when you get in the light and you're not in front of a camera and you can see all the sparkles like moving like in the right light, they are so shimmery and so reflective, like really beautiful. This is already set, it's all dry, so I feel like once you're done, like once you're set, it's not going anywhere. This is not going to crease, this is not going to budge. Those are going to stay all day, so you're not going to have any like flakies of like falling down glitter. I don't like it on the lips. I feel like it's just way too textured and it makes it get all weird. I mean, if you put a gloss over, it just felt like a cream shadow on your lips. Like it just doesn't feel very comfortable. So I wouldn't do it with the lips unless of course you are like just doing it for a picture or something, but for like everyday wear, going out and like talking to people, I feel like it would end up being all crusty and like gross. So I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do it on the lips, and I use these on the lips. Maybe this would be better on the lips. Should I try it? Should I just go for it and be like a glitter queen? These are definitely more oily feeling. It's weird because they do have like a very oily texture, but then once they dry, they don't feel oily at all. It's really interesting. This is more doable for the lips than the cream shadows. I would just stay away from those on the lips. This one definitely looks a little bit more light reflective, and it feels a little bit more comfortable. It looks a little bit more glossy versus like drying into like kind of the cracks. So I would go with these with the lips, stick with those for the eyes, but they did do really well with that little mini beauty blender on the cheekbones as a highlighter. So I feel like those are great for the eyes and the cheeks. This I feel like you can put on all over. You can put this on your cheeks, you can put it on your lips, you can put it on your eyes. I really think that's a very versatile product. So for me, I would say this is probably my favorite out of the two different products, just because I just love the sparkle. I think I would definitely use these over a lot of different shadows. And if I get the two other colors, I think I could really definitely rock those on the cheeks. These, again, I think are really beautiful. I would definitely use these probably more of like a little topper just to kind of shimmer up a different shadow. I mean, I can use them alone like I did today. They're really pretty. I think they're a really great product for spring and summer because they're easy. They're definitely going to be like crease proof, sweat proof if you're in a humid place and it's going to be hot and you just want to look a little shimmery and glowy for the beach or the pool, or you're going to like a really fun like little summer concert event or whatever. I think these would be really beautiful because they're going to hold up and they just give you a really pretty kind of like shimmery sparkle to the eye. So I do really like those as well, but I feel like for me, these glittery drops are just, what are they called? Yeah, glitter drops are just so beautiful, so whimsical, so magical, and I love them. So there's kind of my thoughts, my first impressions. Now you guys have seen them in action. You can kind of make up your own choice. Like I said, I have 4 of the shades, and I'll just swatch those on my hand for you guys so that you guys can see exactly what they look like on the actual hand. So there is Moonstone. So you can see it's kind of like a really pretty, just rosy gold mauve. Magic, which is more of a kind of light, yeah, it's like a light soft pink with a kind of silver shimmer. Then we have the color Celestial, which is more of a kind of like shimmery, what did they describe them as actually? Celestial is a glistening pearl. Magic is a blush champagne. So yeah, this Celestial is definitely more of a kind of cool toned, it's almost like a lilac-y pearl. It says that it's a glistening pearl. And then Amethyst is a iridescent lavender, which I absolutely agree. It's got that really fun, kind of like almost like a opal-y, like really cool, a really pretty lavender. So those are all the shades. They are describing Moonstone as a topaz, but for me it has a little bit more of a mauve in it. Lunar is described as a multicolored pastel. Mirage is a golden champagne pink, and then Aurora is a multi-tonal pink. So I definitely feel like those are 2 shades I would probably wear a lot. So those are the other colors of the actual glitter drops. And then those are the other shades of the Shimmer Veil. So there's just 2 that I'm missing. Looks like I'm missing Soleil, which is a peachy pink, and then Halo, which is a holographic multi-dimensional, which looks like it must be this white one. So those are all of them right there. These retail for, nope, doesn't say. It doesn't say how much they are, but it does say that the glitter drops are available online the 22nd of December. So they're already out at Sephora. They're in store January 12th, so they just released in stores in Sephora. As far as Ulta goes, they're online March 4th, and then March 4th in store as well. And the Shimmer Veil, both were available online in December, and then they're in stores in Sephora January 12th and Ulta January 7th. So you should be able to find these in all of your local stores minus the Ulta, because that's not until March 4th. But you can find these online. I will link them down below for you guys if you guys haven't already gotten them or checked them out. This is the look that she has in the picture. So you can see, like, that's what I was basically just trying to recreate, is like a very just shimmery all over. She obviously has the shimmers on her lips. I think it looks beautiful in pictures, but the texture of it is just a little crummy. As far as the Shimmer Veil goes, I think you're way better off if you want to look glittery on the lips using the drops. There you go. I hope you guys all enjoyed that and found it helpful. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. I just want to show you guys, once this is dry, look, they're not going anywhere. They're like literally not budging, not moving. So they are a very, like, once they set, that's it. They're not leaving your face, which is really nice, especially for the spring and summer. If you live in hot, humid places, it's the last thing you need is your makeup melting off.